I'm cool with it. Hello and happy Sunday to you all. It's a rainy Sunday here in Washington, D.C., which I think makes it perfect for a yin practice. It is really about a lot of rest. But we'll also be focusing on our low back today. So low back and rest, hopefully that calls to you with where you're at today and how you're showing up. So coming into your space, I'm going to invite you to get started in any comfortable shape that's going to feel best and most nourishing for you. So on your back, on your belly, legs up the wall, on your side, or even just in a comfortable meditation. So as you begin to find what is going to feel most nourishing for you, gather any props that you might need for that as well. Even right in the beginning, starting to settle into your stillness. And welcome. Closing your eyes or finding a soft point for your gaze. Let's take a deep, slow breath in through the nose. And then exhale, open mouth, sigh it out, let it go. A deep, slow breath in through the nose. And exhale, open mouth, sigh it out, let it go. One more time right here, full breath in. And a full breath out. Beginning to welcome yourself into this space and time. The space being here and the time being now. And as you start to settle into your own space, we take a moment to pause and to honor the stewards of the land who've come before us. Reminding ourselves that we are guests on someone else's land. And here in Washington, D.C., we are guests on Anacostan land and Piscataway land. And we take time to pause, honor, and acknowledge the roots of yoga. The first and earliest practitioners that come from the subcontinent of India, through the indigenous teachers we still have the privilege of practicing with today. Remembering that yoga is more than just the shapes or the asanas we make with our body. It's a practice of liberation and freedom. And as we are here now in this moment, taking time to move your senses from external sensing to internal sensing. Bringing your focus just gently and lightly to your breath. As you begin to notice the rise of your inhale and the fall of your exhale. Not worrying about controlling or changing your breath, but becoming attuned to your breath's natural rhythm and state right here and right now. As you start to learn more about your breath and how you're showing up, take a moment to set your sankalpa, your intention for your practice. What do you need to cultivate on your mat today? What do you need to work through? What are you able to let go of or start to let go of? How can you create more space in your body for what will serve you and what you need? Repeating your Sankalpa to yourself 3 times to begin to feel it integrate with your breath and with your mind. And then after the 3 count, just gently letting it go. From here, start to count your inhale. Just how your inhale is naturally flowing in your body. Noticing if you have a moment of pause at the top of your inhale. And even noticing if there's a pause at the bottom of your exhale. And then as you become familiar with your inhale, see if you can match or extend your exhale. Just using your breath to draw you internal. Your breath is individual. Your breath is unique. So focusing on your own uniqueness, your own patterns in your breath. Taking about just another 30 to 30 seconds to a minute. Letting your body ease into your breath so you can feel breathed. And you can begin to soften. Staying attuned to your breath. Slowly begin to blink open your eyes if they're closed. Take in the space if you need it, if you need to. And we'll move into our first shape, which will be a butterfly pose. So you may wish to sit up on your pillow or your blanket. You may wish to have a block or two. Legs can be as far away from the body as you'd like or as close to the body as you'd like, whatever's going to feel more comfortable. And a block can be used in between your feet, right on top of your feet, in front of your feet, or behind your feet, should you wish. You can also use your pillow as a bolster here and set it in your lap so your heart has somewhere soft to rest. And then as you're ready, starting to find your forward fold in this shape. Letting your head rest, so if you'd like to create a block tower, feel free to do that. Or depending if you're using blocks or books, maybe you take your blanket or something soft and cushiony. As you settle in here, we'll be here for 5 minutes. So thinking of this length of time as a way to slowly ease into the shape. knowing there's no rush, observing how your breath has changed, using this as an opportunity to slow down your heart, your mind, your breath. Take a deep breath in and a slow, steady breath out. Very gently start to walk your way out of your shape inviting in movement if the body calls for it. And then meeting in your puddle pose. So back, belly, side. You can stay seated, can move legs up the wall. Again, whatever's going to be the most nourishing for you here. Just noticing what happens after the shape. As you take a more neutral position, how does the body feel? How does your breath feel? Continuing your attention on your breath, matching exhale to inhale, or even extending your exhale. As you're ready, gently begin to find your way back up to your seat. We'll move into our half saddle pose next. So a couple of things that you may wish to have are your blocks or your books, even your pillow or your bolster. You can just rest your back over your pillow. You can create a ramp, which I'll show in a second, or you can move this all and come even back onto the ground. So many variations for your upper body. But for your lower body, you take one foot and bring it behind you. Your top of your foot can be on the mat, or you can draw the foot out to the toes so they're out to the side, up to you. And then the other leg, the knee is going to be bent. So you'll begin to walk your way back, working to feel the stretch in your leg that is bent behind you. So you may wish to stay up on your arms. You can even use your blocks here as a place for your hands, forearms, elbows. You can come all the way down to the ground or to your bolster, like that. You can take your blocks and place them underneath your bolster and rest your back on that, or one block for your head, one block for in between the shoulder blades, and then placing your pillow on top of that as well. So a lot of different options there for your upper body. Choose what is going to serve you best, what is going to be most nourishing. If you do feel any pain in your knee, please come out of the shape. You can come onto your belly, and from your belly, with your legs extended out, you'll reach for your foot and press down. You can always use your towel, blanket, or if you happen to have a strap here, to act as an extension of your arm. We'll be on each side for roughly 3-ish minutes. From here, invite a deep, slow breath in and a deep, slow breath out. We'll move into a puddle pose next between sides. So however you would like to get there, whether that's just rolling over or maybe even using your hands to lift you up, straightening out leg, taking movement if it calls to you, or just moving right into your puddle pose. No rush, take your time. Once again, notice how you feel. Can you soften the mind, soften the body? And feel the rise of the inhale and fall of the exhale. And then as you're ready, gently making your way back up to your comfortable seat. No rush, take your time. We're going to move to the other side. So each side is very different. You may decide you need more support, more nourishment from the space around you. You may decide you need less, as you're able to feel more supported by the earth in that instance. So I think what's going to be best for you. Other leg comes behind you, bending other knee. And then taking what position will feel best for you in your upper body. We'll be here for 3 minutes. And welcoming a deep breath in and out, moving from half saddle to your puddle pose, taking your time to get there. This can be a different variation of puddle, it can be the same. Whatever's going to be best for you, find stillness. Invite a deep breath in and out as you slowly rise from your puddle pose. We're going to move to caterpillar pose next. So legs coming out long. They can be really close together or even just slightly apart. We're not going all the way out because that's a different shape than what we're taking right now. But with caterpillar, feel free to sit up on a black blanket for your hips to help you find your tilt, or just to soften, have a little extra cushion. And then folding forward from here, knowing you can use a pillow or a bolster, however you wish. Allow the body to fold. So we're thinking about the hamstrings a little bit more in this shape. Forward folds do tend to invite us into a place of our parasympathetic nervous system, and can also stretch out the low back just as we did in our caterpillar. But thinking about our hamstrings, that if they're super, super, super tight, that could be pulling on the hips and pulling on different muscles of the low back. We'll be here for the longest stretch. We'll be here for about 8 to 10 minutes. So really use the time to slow your breath, slow your mind, and find stillness here. As you're ready, slowly begin to find your way out of caterpillar. Take your time to do so. If you need extra time in caterpillar, feel free to stay there, inviting any movement into your body or starting to make your way to your puddle pose. No rush. Take your time. We'll be in this puddle a little bit longer than we have with the rest. Just sinking in here. Notice what you still may need from the rest of your practice. And start to invite that in. And then as you're ready from here, start to make your way onto your back if you're not already there. We're going to move into banana pose. And there's two variations of banana pose we can take. The first is completely on your back, arms and legs nice and long. You can always keep your pillow nearby. That can come in handy too, depending on how your shoulders are feeling and your range of motion here. Walking your feet to one side, one corner of your mat, and then walking your hands to the same way. So creating a C shape, C curve with your body. Hands can come all the way down, or even bringing a pillow or a block underneath your hands or underneath your shoulders. Feel free to cross ankle, outer to inner, inner to outer. Variation 2, if being on the back, it's just not really your jam today. Using your bolster, maybe even a blanket on top of that for a little extra cushion or a little extra support. And placing that underneath your waist and leaning over this way. And we'll be here for roughly 4 to 5 minutes on each side. As you welcome in a deeper and slower breath, gently make your way back to your center, wherever you're at, and pause for a moment. As we're thinking about our low back, knees can always be bent. They can always come together um, as part of our puddle pose as well. And then as you're ready, beginning to slowly make your way to your other side. As you're ready, making your way out of your shade, taking any final movements you need before you come into your Savasana, the final resting pose. You may wish to place a pillow underneath your head or underneath your knees. Same with your blocks. Blocks can go underneath knees. Even bring your feet into a butterfly position. A blanket might be welcome if your body has cooled down a bunch. So take what is going to feel best for you here. Just sink into your mat, sink into the earth. Letting go of the breath, letting go of thoughts, and just being right here in this moment. Staying in your Savasana as long as you would like. if you're ready, begin to slowly welcome movement into your body, awakening your senses, and gently, mindfully moving to your comfortable seat. As you find your comfortable seat, closing your eyes or finding a soft point for your gaze, and placing your hands in a way that's going to help close off your energetic circuit. So one hand can rest on top of the other with your thumbs touching in Dhyana Mudra. Peace fingers can even come to the earth. Connect that way. Hands can always come to your heart center, in front or over your heart. And once again, welcome your breath in its natural rhythm. Feeling your breath slow and steady, grounding you like a mountain into the earth. Feeling your breath slow and steady, helping you expand in your own space, in your own way. Feeling your breath slow and steady, and your breath's fluid movement, so you can move as you wish. How can your breath connect you to now and in the next moment and to tomorrow? As we lift our hands to our heart space, we honor the sankalpa you may have set at the beginning of your practice. You may choose to set your sankalpa for tomorrow, for the rest of the week, here and now. As you bow your heads in a moment of gratitude, thank yourself for making time for your practice, time to cultivate what you need. And silently thank those who joined you tonight to create this virtual community. As you move throughout your evening, throughout your days, be the positive change you wish to see in the world. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your night. And I look forward to practicing with you again very, very, very soon. Have a good one.